The strains of Scotland the Brave. Danny McGrain, as I said, he's had a great record in cup finals here at Hampden Park for Celtic. And so everybody at Hampden Park, the players, the officials, the spectators, our entire commentary team, on their toes for the beginning of the 99th Scottish Cup final. Aberdeen the favourites against Celtic, who have won nothing this season, and that might be the biggest stimulus of all. The referee patiently waiting until the last piper is off the playing pitch. The nerves building up. And off go Aberdeen. The team which has already won the league championship, looking for the first ever double. Celtic, of course, have already done that. And Willie McStay playing in his first cup final with an emphatic touch pass to the goalkeeper. McClare. McKimmie. Strachan lying wide on the right. That's Black. Beautifully intercepted by Aiken. Slackish kind of ball, and Weir almost got away with that. Simpson fighting hard for it. You might have noticed Peter Weir just skipping out of harm's way with that sliding tackle. Weir already looking very, very good. Aiken. Lofted high to McLeod. McKimmie. Well, I think he thought Strachan was going wide on the right. One or two players out there looking slightly nervous the way they go for the ball. There's only one thing Alec McLeish is determined to do there. McGee. Aiken close to McGee. Strachan. Wrong side of McKimmie. He touched off McKimmie, can't get the pass through. Cooper goes in. Burns, and that will be a throw to Celtic. Well, Aberdeen after that initial buzz by Celtic, seemed to be knitting the passes together well. And size and quality to the way they were moving upfield. Mugabe. They don't come better than that, the passes. Danny McGrain, McClare, and the long leg of Alec McLeish. He just stands behind a player like a sentinel and out pops the leg. But one by Probin, and that was heading for McStay, and they've just passed. Monte McLeod. Suddenly, out of almost nothing, this move brought the verge of the first goal, played back like that, and there was McLeod taking it first time, side-footed. May have been a suggestion of offside if that had gone in, but the ball went past in any case. McGrain, and that is out of play. Right, there's Peter Weir now, and he's certainly been in some clashes with Danny McGrain. That's a key area in this match, quite obviously. And Davy Probin, as Tommy said, in the move. McGee Played it too much and had to be a corner kick. Strachan plays it away wide. Alec McLeish is up. Here's Black with a chance. Has it gone in? It has. Eric Black has scored for Aberdeen. 1-0. As the Celtic defence looked around after 23 minutes, Aberdeen have taken the lead. Well now, that goal came when it looked as if the Celtic defence had everybody picked up. Now there was a fuse for offside, and Black swept that in. Maybe we'll have a look at that from another angle. But the game goes on. Away goes Celtic, 1-0 down. McLeod trying to bust his way through. Away it goes to Peter Weir. Great run by Weir. Strachan is there, beautifully chested down. Now McKinney. He rather dumped that. Away goes McStay. Now McStay. He sees a space in the middle. Will he let fly? He does. Well, let's have another look at that goal. Swept across. Now watch the marking. It goes forward. Was Black in an offside position. I must say that looked very suspicious to me. Aiken, one of the players who could pick Celtic up again. Rigby. Strachan in the was. No whistle. Burns. And there's no doubt that Celtic will fight back. The tradition demands that. McGarvey. Well, sooner or later the referee has to blow. They were pulling each other. Aiken. I think he's being a trifle lenient, the referee, to be absolutely honest. I think he wants the game to flow, but one or two times I think he ought to have blown. I certainly think it was a free kick on the Aberdeen goalkeeper early on. But because he had the ball safely, no whistle. Burns. McGarvey. Well, Celtic may start to flow if Burns gets onto his game. He just showed one or two early touches, and this is the man both Tommy Gemmell and Bobby Clark had mentioned, Davy Provan, but easily dispossessed that time to Peter Weir. Strachan making a run. That's a superb pass. Away goes Strachan. Just touched it a little too much. Oh, that was a wild tackle by Strachan, and I think the referee's gone typical. And Tommy, the goal. McGrain comes up inside. Well, we've seen some high-class defending in the match. Oh, Strachan feeds it away to nobody. Reid. Full-back determination might pay off, and again, Rugby's in. Well, Celtic picking up the play, driving on in midfield. Looking at the past couple of minutes, very determined Paul McStay and Willie Miller right in the way. Leighton under pressure. Here's a great chance, McStay. McLeod and off the line. Brilliantly by McKinney. What a chance for Celtic. But on the other hand, great organisation in defence. What a superb opportunity for Celtic to make the game level. Look at the fullback, Leighton. Brilliant, a Fanko, and a superb clearance there. And that's what fullbacks are paid to do. Oh, does that better than anybody in the business. That's a great run, and that surely is a booking. Aiken was going to be left behind in the slipstream. And I think Gordon Strachan had better get out of that. Well now, watch McGee. This is the definitive McGee play. Shimmying his way in bump. So, we have a free kick, and both Tommy and Bobby have pointed out that the Celtic are a little unsure as to how to cope with this, but I think Mark McGee isn't too happy down there.
I get the impression, actually, that when Aberdeen players run at the Celtic defence, it looks very vulnerable. It seems to get caught very square at almost every Aberdeen attack.
Would you agree with that, Bobby?
I think
Roy Aiken has been sent off. That's quite remarkable. Celtic are down to 10 men. Now, I wouldn't have thought the tackle was of that severity of sentence unless something was said as well. Celtic are reduced to 10 men, I suspect. Something must have been said. Now, we thought it was merely a booking and a yellow card, but there you are. It's a free kick to Aberdeen, and Celtic will be playing more than half the game with 10 men, 5 minutes to half-time. On it goes to McGee. Can he get it over? He does! Oh, and it was almost an own goal. Now, I believe that went right through 3 Aberdeen players. Now, I told you that Aberdeen are absolutely brilliant at these set pieces, causing utter confusion. Watch it, 1, 2, 3, and it was touched in almost as an own goal. Well, Rugby, we think looking at it again, that Rugby might have got that final touch. Leclerc. Ball still in play. Bonner McLeod has got into central defence. It's a throw to Aberdeen. Flipped away by McLeod. Celtic supporters reminding the team that they haven't deserted them. With Aberdeen flowing on. Mark Reed. Burns. Free kick. There we are. You think they were winning 1-0. Leclerc. Mugabe. Leclerc. Weir. Oh, there's confidence. Looked like an outside right cross. Peter Weir. Here's Strachan. Black. Black is offside. I think McGee was as well, just. Cooper. And it goes to Mugabe. Proven. It turned by Proven and Rugby in that central defensive position. We're practically on the half-time whistle. There will be added time, of course. There have been stoppages and that sending off. Well, there's a man at the centre of it. Well, he doesn't shirk the controversies of the game. He got on with his job, and he sent off a significant man in a cup final. That sometimes takes a lot of courage for a referee. And there goes the half-time whistle with Aberdeen leading by 1-0. David Hay is waiting for the referee to come off the park. Now this is interesting. I don't know whether he's going to address himself to him. He's certainly very annoyed. In any case, as Dougie amply pointed out, a very controversial game, and Celtic with 10 men starting the second half up against it, but they've been up against it before. I tend to agree with Bobby Clark, what Bobby was saying about Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen were never out of the game. Celtic were certainly in it, in intensity at times, putting on the pressure, but I think the danger always existed through the likes of Mark McGee in the breakaway, Peter Weir floating his way elegantly through the match, and Celtic from time to time looking dreadfully vulnerable. But fight, Celtic certainly will. Here's McClare. There goes Simpson. On it goes to Strachan. McGee with free kick. Mark Reid it was who went with them. Free kick to Aberdeen. To Strachan. Weir. Danny McGrain is there. Forward by McGee again. And very casual finish by Peter Weir. Might have stubbed his toe in the process. Up comes McClare. This is a good position for McClare. Can he let fly? He does. Somehow or other, Aberdeen cannot shrug Celtic off. 10 men, though they may be, 1 goal down, they are still bravely coming forward. McGrain. 18 minutes of the second half gone. Aberdeen still in that 1-goal lead. Celtic's 10 men still disputing the title. Simpson, of whom we've seen very little in the second half, and away by Rugby. Strachan, free kick. I think McStay is going to be warned about the tackle. Let's see if the book is produced. It is. It's a booking for Paul McStay. Fine young player. And in goes McStay now. Might well have been for kicking the ball away. Bobby, what do you think of this Aberdeen performance in the second half?
Well, definitely, I think all the plaudits, Celtic must take all the plaudits so far this half. Celtic have taken the game to Aberdeen, doing very well into the win. The only thing is Aberdeen are just holding it there, and they look very dangerous in the break.
And here's McGee offside.
They look very dangerous in the break, Archie, and that's it. But having said that, I don't think Fergie will be pleased with the way they're playing. They're just going through the motions at the moment, and as I said, only they could lose the game now.
Well, there you are, Bobby. You can see him yourself down there, looking a trifle apprehensive. The fox have looked at the watch. And Celtic now with Burns in midfield, fighting bravely. McKimmie, but I think the touch was by McGarvey. Nice deep little pass from Cooper then, and Strachan gets his foot in. Here's McGarvey. Goal kick. Just doing a little bit much. Tommy Gamble, by and large, would you agree with Bobby Clark's sentiments?
Yes, I would say since the start of the second half, actually, Celtic have taken the game non-stop to Aberdeen. In that respect, they'll have to be careful they don't lose another goal, because they're playing man for man at the back here in most situations.
Oh, here's McGee. Brilliantly saved by Bonner. Well, that's exactly what both Bobby Clark and Tommy Gamble have been emphasising, the breakaway. I mean, Celtic are really exposing themselves. Now, this is exactly what McGee likes to do with the defence, you know, run across it like this. When he puts his mind to it, he's got great control. Meanwhile, Doug Rugby has been involved in a tackle. The referee gives Celtic the free kick, awards Celtic the free kick. And here's David Provan. Provan again. That's a little bit too much. McKimmie. Black. McLeod played very well in the air against Black. There's Simpson. McStay. Rugby going round the outside and was fouled. Free kick. We're halfway through the second half. I said earlier in the day that the pitch was very good indeed, and Doug Rugby probably went over on his ankle or the toe, because out there the pitch is really first class. The grass is quite lush. McLeod playing superbly, and Black will be booked. Late tackle on there, the ball was away. That Celtic support away in the back have been quieter than normal in a cup final. Their record at Hampden Park, of course, being second to none, having won the cup 26 times, a booking for Eddie Black. Well, so far, 4 booked, 1 sent off. It's not a meeting of the Pacifist League this afternoon. McGee hadn't run back into position. Nobody challenging for that ball at all. Celtic coming back again. Here's Paul McStay. Quality ball, Provan trying around his man. There's the flick and Burns, and he was a bit deliberate with it. Tried to place it away. And as both the panelists have said, the honours going to Celtic in the second half for play like this. And Burns stretching down the way, I think, hoping that the goalkeeper was masked. Here's McKimmie. Wide to McGee. Pulled back. McStay beat him easily. That's McKimmie. There's McGee. Peter Weir, deceived by the bounce. Oh, a nice touch, and Simpson tries to get in. Now McLean brilliantly. Great ball, Mugabe. Up comes David Probyn, and he can't get a clean header in. Nevertheless, the Celtic support roused by this play. An act of utter defiance by Celtic against the odds. Simpson. McStay. Now Tommy Burns. Miller. Neat little touch, and Mugabe catching Miller as he went forward right off balance. And we're having two substitutions. Jim Melrose and Dougie Bell coming on. There they are. And Celtic throwing caution to the winds, bringing off a defender, putting on a direct attacker striker. Mark Reed is off. Peter Weir is coming off. Weir, who's been plagued by injury, missed almost a third of the season. And on comes the strong running Dougie Bell, and he'll have to run strongly now. Burns, Melrose, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, Bobby, I think you agreed that the Aberdeen performance is rather strange considering the circumstances, but do you now feel, as Graham Sinclair comes on for Celtic, that they've weathered the worst of it?
Celtic have had it's been a wonderful performance from. In fact, it reminds me of a game, you know. I just thought of it after I said that Celtic had an uphill task. I remember at Pittodrie in 1980, we were up 1-0. Tommy Burns got sent off, and Celtic went on to win that game 2-1. And we just, when I think back, just didn't know how to play against 10 men. And when Celtic, when they went down to 10 men, it seemed to inspire them. And this is what's happened today. Celtic have really been inspired this half.
Away goes Burns. Willie Miller with them. Look at the control of Miller. Quality play. Dougie Bell. Strachan wants the ball back. Sinclair marking Bell now. Free kick. Oliver Clyde going right across the path of Strachan. We're now down to about 8 minutes left. 1-0 to Aberdeen. Strachan to Bell. Good covering by Probyn. It's a goal kick. Now David Probyn has given us good a performance as I've seen in a long time. Of course, hampered through the season like Peter Weir with a long, nagging injury. Must have been very frustrating for him. But he's tried very, very hard this match. McKimmie, good work. There he is. McGee just came in a little too far. Brilliantly turning now. There's the chip, but it's too much. McKimmie, though. To Bell. To Strachan. The dummy. Cooper. Good Celtic defending. They got everybody back. Black. An easy one for Bonner that time, and a glorious opportunity squandered by Aberdeen. That would have killed the game. McKimmie, slightly off balance. Melrose. Sinclair in a good position. There's McGarvey. Can he get his shot in? Danny McGrain. And it's wide. Very rarely do you see Danny following up like that and having a shot at goal. I wonder, Tommy, has the Celtic storm, as it were. Well, let's have a look at this firstly. McGarvey doing a lot of twisting there. And away it went to side. I wonder, Tommy, if the gale force we saw from Celtic in the second half has blown itself out a little.
No, I don't think so, actually. They're only vulnerable, really, on breakaways.
Well, here's McGee. He's on his own. Tries to chip, and there is a corner kick. On we go, Tommy.
I would think that you'll find those 10 Celtic players giving 110% for the rest of the match.
Aberdeen leading by 1 goal to nothing. Well, Gordon Strachan annoyed with himself for that. Free kick for that tackle. I would also say, Bobby, that I do agree that Celtic need to score 2 goals, but and go into extra time. But if they got one now, surely it would be a tremendous shot in the arm to them.
I think you take it one step at a time, and as you say, Archie, I think you need a goal, and if they get a goal, well, it's only half an hour to hang out even for a replay. But they're certainly, well, I'll tell you, they could make me eat my words, but as I say, it's only Aberdeen that can throw it away, to be honest.
Danny McGray. Well, there's a chance, and there's the equaliser. Forward stay.
That's it, Archie.
Just under 5 minutes remaining, and Aberdeen have been pulled back, with McStay hammering that in. Watch him coming up to finish this off. There was a player on the right, cutting inside. Danny McGray getting in, the breakdown there, and McStay rattled it in. 1 each. We keep our eye on the watch, and now only 2 minutes remaining by it. McGarvey. That's an interesting looking ball, and it's Sinclair up with it, and it just passed. Great effort by the substitute. Up he came, right across, a good diagonal run, sloping away, but it did trouble Jim Leighton. Here's Melrose. Nudged away, now McStay. Robin. And Danny McGrain couldn't keep it in. Throw to Aberdeen with exactly 1 minute remaining. And one of the most amazing Scottish Cup finals I've ever seen. A controversial first goal, a sending off, an astonishing fight back in the second half by Celtic. It's 1 each.
I'm afraid Celtic have just shown them how wrong they were. Great performance by Celtic.
Well, Bobby, I do feel, you know, 1 or 2 players out there have rather let Alec Ferguson down. I mean, I don't think he has got the best out of McGee in the second half as he ought to have. Certainly came in it once or twice, but seemed far too lackadaisical.
I think they tried to be casual, as I say. I think they thought with the game won, they tried to do wee things themselves.
It was a wild tackle by Danny McGray. Well, in all honesty, Tommy, is that any worse a tackle than we saw Roy Aitken make?
Well, I'm going to be very interested to see what happens here, actually, because I thought that was a worse tackle than Roy Aitken's.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see.
It's very interesting to see if the referee is consistent.
Well, let's have a look at that. Well,
That's stretching it a bit too far, actually, I think.
Bobby, what did you say?
No, I think that'd be down to 9 men would be too much for Celtic. I think that'd be stretching it a bit too far.
Bonner, well away with it. Tommy Burns. And there it is, the final whistle. We go to extra time yet again. The 6th cup final in a row that's gone into an extra 30 minutes. There's the boy who has taken us into extra time. We go into the extra 30 minutes. McKinney. Free kick. Rugby. McKinney. Looked in the outside left position. I think a throw to Aberdeen. McGee. Dougie Bell is up. Run away by McStain. There's a shot by Strachan. One simple little mistake. And the cup is away. They all know it. They are also tiring. That's quite clear. McGee. Away by Sinclair. Dougie Bell. Good interception. However, picked up by Simpson. That was a very late tackle, I thought. However, Strachan with Sinclair. Does get his crossover. Stark. I think he wanted it back. Celtic at the moment hemming Aberdeen in. Celtic would not mind a replay out of this situation. Bell with a great goal! Off the post! I thought it was in. And there it is, yes! Mark McGee does it. 2-1. I thought it was going in the first time. It did the second. 8 minutes of extra time gone. McGee finishing it off. Now watch this shot. How near it was. Quickly pounced upon by Strachan. And McGee at the back, as dropped as you like. Now, I think this was stunning Celtic. I think the Celtic defence thought it was in themselves. Back again to Strachan, and watch McGee's finish. Simple, but effective. Again, Celtic fight back again from that. Well, the words of Bobby Clark turn out to be absolutely accurate in saying that Aberdeen, despite an extremely poor second half, still had the ability to come back and lift the cup. Here's Danny McGrain. Tommy Burns is dipping and has just passed. A great effort. Celtic stung into retaliation. The Grain wanting to come forward, a dipping shot. Curling, spinning. Laid it underneath it. Both Aberdeen players totally deceived by that bounce. Melrose, Proven, free kick and a booking. Surely. So we've had 6 booked and 1 sent off. The latest Stuart McKimmie. There's the little tic-tacking that he favours. Free kick to Celtic. Good-looking ball, and Willie McStay just curled beyond them. Well, the two brothers have represented the club with a great deal of style and character. Willie in particular coming in, he would not have been the first choice in that position. It would have been Tom McAdam. Stark, Black, Strachan to McGee. Little too casual again, there's Danny McGrath. Just a few seconds of this first half of extra time remaining. Cooper picked up by McGee. Clever play, switching the play entirely, and the half-time whistle does go, with Aberdeen leading by 2 goals to 1. That goal scored by Mark McGee. So, the last 15 minutes of the 99th Scottish Cup final. Willie McStay. Well, really, Celtic have nothing to lose. They've got to come forward. Come forward in as much strength as they can. Cooper, Stark. Throw to Celtic. Danny McGrath. There's McGarvey. To McGrath. Straight through to Leighton. Willie Miller has this uncanny ability to judge the sense of a ball coming to him, and even though he's close to goal, I've seen him do it so often, just duck and know that Leighton is going to be standing behind him. Black, McGee, Stark. That's a free kick. Free kick to Aberdeen in a very interesting position again. We said at the outset that they can produce the effective and surprising move. Little did we think at that stage that we would be going into extra time when we made that first comment. Strachan. He's alone with it. Bell is going away to the right. You may try the chip. Oh, the bar! Brilliant effort. Oh, that is, I mean, little gems, this quality that he's got of producing something quite unexpected. And that's a marvellous view. And the way he swirled it round, the goalkeeper utterly beaten. McGrath. If that had gone in, we could have been looking at the statistics for an Aberdeen win. Wanda McLeod. Strachan after this. Touched, I think, last by the Celtic player. McGee. Here's McLeod. Every reason to be proud of his performance in the second half. Cooper. Stark. Now Bell. Strength of his run again, and he couldn't get the shot on. Running away from him, but this is exactly, I think, what you said in the first half, that Aberdeen were more effective, Bobby, when they were running straight at the Celtic defence.
Oh yeah, players like Dougie Bell must. I mean, that's his strong point. Tremendous at running at players. So is Gordon Strachan in career. That's their assets. That's Aberdeen's strong point.
And certainly, as things shape, it is going Aberdeen's way. We're about halfway through the last half of extra time. Push on Paul McStay. Here's Bunn. A little bit slack. McStay again. Fights hard for it, Cooper. Robin. Great. Superb skill by Robin there. Strachan. Away he goes. Oh, that's a wild tackle. Wow. The referee will certainly have to do something about that. Now, in he goes, surging through, and then suddenly, right through the ball. Now, well, nothing's been done about that. Tommy Gemmell, what did you think of that one?
Yeah, that was a blatant tackle from the back, Archie. Quite a nasty one. He was lucky to get away with that.
Meanwhile, David Probin being helped up. Might have been a touch of cramp or something, which isn't at all surprising at this stage of the game. Strachan certainly hot by that tackle. It's like a war veteran return home. Well, that was deliberate handling, it seems to me. Mark McGee was looking at a little shamefaced about it. Miller just getting the touch. Paul McStay still driving forward. Great run by McStay, and he can't get it over. I think the ball has gone over in any case. It's a goal kick. Tommy, if I put it to you honestly, do you think Celtic can fight back? They've got 5 minutes left.
Actually, it looks to me now as if the players have nothing left to give. They've given 110%, probably more than that, and I don't think they've got anything left.
Bobby, is it going your club's way?
Obviously it is, but what worries me is that players like that still seem to wriggle into our penalty box, and Celtic will go right to the very last minute, knowing Celtic. Definitely. It's going our way, but we'll wait and see.
Right. So, just under 5 minutes remaining. Free kick there for that rather blatant shove. Annie McLeish to take it. Black is trying to go in, and that's a post. McGee again, sneaked in at the back. He knew he would have killed it then. Watch his diagonal run across. Suddenly comes into the picture. There he is, and the touch, and just the wrong side of the post. Mark McGee, who now seems as if he'll be leaving Aberdeen with another trophy, another medal. Small consolation, I suppose, to the support, to the high regard for the way he plays. Awkward-looking ball to McLeish. There goes Cooper. Good play by Cooper. Billy Stark. Shocking pass by Stark. Stay. 3 minutes left. Melrose to McStay. Ooh, Bell. Oh, almost in a knock. Harbour, Strachan on the break. Here's McGee. Just put in an extra little spurt and can't keep it in. And as Tommy said, I think of the Celtic players that embracing Aberdeen as well, the players have given everything. He's out. This is waiting for the final whistle. It's also painful. Exactly 2 minutes left. Cooper. And now the shots from the terracings. Aberdeen supporters in song, but Celtic supporters have stayed all the way with the team. Trying to extract that last little effort. The ball has gone over. It's a goal kick. Chant from the Aberdeen supporters of Fergie, Fergie, the Aberdeen manager who's brought unprecedented achievement to the northeast of Scotland. Knowing Alec Ferguson, I'm quite convinced he was angered by Aberdeen's performance in the second half. But they've paid him back. They've come forward again. They're in the lead. Heading for the first ever double, league and cup. Willie Miller, one of the great Aberdeen players of all time, free kick to Aberdeen. And when you have players such as Miller, the stature of players such as Miller, a lot of good things can flow from him. Stability of defence, confidence in midfield, and when you've that at your back, a striking force that can build upon it. Like Mark McGee here, just beyond Strachan. Free kick, no. Referee waving cloud says it was a dive. Bell. And I make it exactly 15 seconds of this 1984 Scottish Cup final left. One which I will remember for a very long time. Paul McStay. Stop. Black. Away goes Black. Nice little spot. We're into injury time. I think Black is aware of it. Want to simply hold on, but now Stark. McLeod was Stark. Great second half by Mother McLeod. Alec Ferguson below me looking at his watch. Every few seconds. There's Stark. Mother McLeod should get that. And there goes the final whistle. Aberdeen have won the Scottish Cup for the 5th time in their history. Their first ever double. And 11 of these Dons players get 3 cup medals. They are the first team outside of Glasgow Rangers to win the cup 3 years in a row this century. Up come the players. Aberdeen, who win a grand total of £21,575 for winning this cup. Celtic as runners-up, 13,600, and here comes one of the greats. There he is, Willie Miller, captain of Aberdeen.